My name is Jens Meier. I'm the CEO of the Hamburg Port Authority and I'm the president of the International Association Ports and Harbors. We are working on three main pillars. One is digitization, the second is sustainability, with the top topic here, blue economy. But sustainability means also a viable business model. And the third thing, and that is maybe brand new, is how to create resilience. And this kind of cooperation here in Barcelona is always great, to bring people together, to educate them together.
Patrik Benrick, Head of Strategic Development and Innovation at the Port of Gothenburg. It has been that ports from around the world, despite some clouds in the sky and despite some geopolitical turbulence, ports stayed firm, ports stayed motivated to go down the road to the green transition.
Chris Chase, Assistant Director of Marketing, Port of Los Angeles. The theme that I keep picking up on is that we need to work on this together. Every port is not a silo. Every port has their own unique set of situations, but there's enough overlap that working together, communicating, can solve a lot of these problems, or we can learn from each other. We can find something new and different. One of the challenges that I think is above all else right now is I'm on the IT side with security. Infrastructure, the IT security is something that still keeps popping up in all of us more so than almost anything else.
My name is Koo. I'm a Vice President for the Global Affairs of Busan Port Authority, South Korea. From the Smart Port Conference, I realized the insights and from the maritime affairs from the European port. It was very helpful to understand the challenges each port is facing right now.
Stewart Sarkozy-Banoczy, World Ocean Council. I think my main takeaway this year is ports are becoming more sophisticated in their thinking. We have more connectivity between corporations, ports, and cities. And I think there's a new set of innovators, financiers, funders, and other partners who are coming together with ports. And I think specifically here, it's very intentional. Our role and us working with smart ports means that we're trying to bring others to the table that do the work with ports, sometimes unusual, and that way we're doing more work together, more impact, and more changes.
First of all, it's about having the beauty of ports is that we're not competitors. Even if we're competitors in some respects, more we are collaborators. We're open to share our experiences, what went right, what didn't go well, and to share that knowledge and build that sense of collaboration between us ports. I think that's the strongest feature for me, and that's the beauty of an event like this.
Busan Port already established the business ties with the Port of Barcelona, but not alone the business matters, I think. Insight and the background of the blue economy, we can collaborate further from this event.
I believe that meetings in person are much more valuable than video conferences and so on, because beside the agenda, there are always uncertainties which are coming up during the last 24 hours and so on, and the breakout sessions, bringing people together in networks, that is the most valuable thing you can get. And this kind of conferences are great to fulfill this thing.
Well, we're all trying to be better stewards of the environment. And one of the best ways we can do that is knowing each other, having that personal relationship to discuss the hard questions, to feel comfortable talking about things that are very challenging and very hard to accomplish with each other, sharing in that information, sharing the successes, sharing the failures. Those connections are what makes the difference.
Actually, the sustainability is a very key issue, I think, blue economy in the port side. So decarbonization or even the digitalization, we have to think further about this event.
One port is one port, right? There are ports all over the world who see themselves as similar and they can share things. But every time we hear something new about a particular port, and that can be shared elsewhere, there's learning that goes from that port to another port to another port to another port. So I'm always surprised that there's always something to learn. And in some ways I shouldn't be surprised, because in the work that we do and all the corporations and cities and ports themselves, there's always something to share and always something new. I do think this year that there's a lot of conversations that are more tech-based. AI, everyone is talking about AI.
We had a main topic, lack of workforce and autonomous driving for truck driver. This is something we see in the United States, we see in Europe, but we see all over the world. And it's great to see the status of the development of autonomous driving, to share that things together, because we need a proven and safe and secure process on the land side, but also on the water side. And we use that also in the air with drones for infrastructure inspection, and I think this is my personal key takeaway here.
Selfishly, for World Ocean Council and even for my startup, I think making sure that it lives on in some way, that it's another 7 years, it's another set of ports, it's more lessons and more cities engaging with ports that are connected to their basin. Because really we're talking about places that are a combination of a basin that's the city of Barcelona plus the port, a basin that's Algiers and the port, a basin that's Rotterdam and the port. So how do we do this and do this together? So I would hope that after 7 years we're saying, let's go another 7, let's find another set of places to work, because there's lots of learning that can still happen.
We found for the last close to decade people of similar mindsets who are willing to put their time, energy, and money toward this project, toward working together, toward not a direct commercial relationship, but a direct relationship in the sense that we can work on these things together. And I think the friendships and the education has been by far the most important and most exciting part of this whole project.
7th edition, let it be another 7 editions to come. What would be very interesting, of course, is to have a port from, say, Saudi Arabia, or from Morocco, or from Namibia, or from South America, but from a country, from a growing country where, I mean, many of us ports have been for a long time. It would be very interesting to hear from new ports, newly established ports in new corners of the world.
Smart ports are today solution ports.
Efficiency,
Sustainability,
Partnerships.
Collaboration for sure.